Hi, everyone. Welcome to another idiom lesson hosted by me, Miss SJ. Today's idiom is piece of cake. Before we start talking about idioms, please don't forget to like and subscribe at Teacher Corner for You with me, Miss SJ, for more videos. What are idioms? Idioms are phrases or expressions that have a meaning different from the actual words used. What does this mean? An idiom is a phrase that means something different than what it says. As I just mentioned, today's idiom is piece of cake. We see the image of a cake. It is a piece of cake. Does this mean that you're about to eat a piece of cake or you're going to give somebody a piece of cake? No, that is not what it means. The phrase piece of cake is used to describe something that is very easy or simple to do. It is easy as enjoying a sweet slice of cake. People often use it to express that a task, test, challenge, or situation was not difficult at all and required little effort. Example sentence: I thought the driving test would be hard, but it was a piece of cake. Let's look at the image again. The image of the cake, the piece of cake that you see. It's important to know the difference between piece of cake and a piece of cake. I know, so confusing. That's why I'm here. Piece of cake is an idiom. This phrase is used to describe a task or activity that is very easy to accomplish. For example, one might say, the test was a piece of cake. A piece of cake is the image that you see on the left hand side. This phrase refers to a physical portion of a cake, like a slice you would get at a bakery or party. For example, I'd like a piece of cake, please. Here are some example sentences for you by levels for your multilingual learners. Beginner level: brushing my teeth is a piece of cake. Intermediate level: I thought the spelling test would be hard, but it was a piece of cake because I studied. Advanced level: learning how to use the new tablet seemed confusing at first, but with a little practice, it became a piece of cake. Time to read piece of cake in context. We have an image of a girl and her teacher. The girl apparently is checking off a paper because I do see a check on it as she's conversing with her teacher. It must be something that has to be related to a piece of cake because I see that her math test is tomorrow based on the post-it that's on the wall. So there must be something where she's either preparing or studying for her math test tomorrow, and maybe it might be a piece of cake because she seems very happy and confident. Let's see what the real story is behind this image. Now I'm going to read the story. After I'm done reading, it will be your turn. Sarah stared at the big calendar on the wall. Math test tomorrow. It read in big red letters. She sighed. Math wasn't always her favorite subject, and she had been worried about this test all week. However, this time she had done something different. Every day after school, Sarah had practiced her multiplication and division with her big brother. They made flashcards, played math games, and even made up silly songs to remember the steps. On the day of the test, Sarah walked into class feeling a little nervous, but mostly prepared. As she flipped through the questions, her eyes lit up. I know this one, she whispered, and this one too. She was confident. By the end of the test, Sarah was smiling. When she handed in her paper, she told her teacher that was a piece of cake. Her teacher laughed. I'm glad it felt easy for you, Sarah. Hard work really does pay off. Later that day, Sarah found out she got a perfect score. She couldn't wait to tell her brother. All that practice made the test a piece of cake. Now it's your turn to read. Now we're going to review the vocabulary words from the story. Number one, nervous, feeling worried or scared. Number two, prepared, ready for something. Number three, practice, doing something again and again to get better. Number four, confident, believing in yourself. Number five, piece of cake, something very easy. Here are some vocabulary tips. Ideas for activities to use for the vocabulary words that we just reviewed. Create a mini word wall or flashcards with these terms and illustrations. Use context clues. Encourage students to figure out word meanings by looking at how the word is used in the sentence. Highlight key words. Highlight a word like prepared in the text and ask questions. What clues in the sentence help you understand? What does prepared mean? To add on for vocabulary, try using a word connection chart. Use a simple organizer where students can write the word, define it in their own words, draw a picture, and use it in a sentence. Now it's time for reading questions based on the story. Before we go on the questions, here are tips for multiple choice questions. Number one, make sure you understand what the question is asking before looking at the answer choices. Number two, underline or highlight key words. Pay attention to important words like who, why, how, not, or main idea because they guide your thinking. Number three, try to answer before looking at the choices. Think about the answer in your head first, then see which option matches best. Eliminate wrong answers. Cross out any answers that are clearly wrong or don't make sense. This improves your chances if you need to guess. Number five, go back to the text. Reread the part of the story the question is about. Look for evidence that supports your answer. Number six, watch for tricky words. Be careful with answer choices that say always, never, or only. These are often too extreme to be right. Number seven, double check your answer. After you choose, ask yourself, does this really make sense with what the story said? Now it's time for your questions. Starting with number one. Why was Sarah worried about the math test at first? Is it A, she didn't like her teacher? B, she missed the day of the test? C, math wasn't always her favorite subject? Or D, she forgot to bring her pencil? If you pick C, math wasn't always her favorite subject. You are correct. Now, time for number two. What did Sarah do to get ready for the test? A, she watched TV the night before. B, she practiced with her brother every day. C, she asked her classmates for help during the test. Or D, she stayed home from school. If you answered B, she practiced with her brother every day, you are correct. Now, time for question number three. What does the idiom a piece of cake mean in the story? A, the test was very easy for her. B, she forgot the answers. C, she ate cake after the test. Or D, the test was about baking. If you picked A, the test was very easy for her, you are correct. Here are some tips for open ended or reading comprehension questions. Number one, use evidence from the text. Support your answer with details or examples from the story. Look for what characters say, do, or how they feel. Number two, use phrases like in the story or the author shows. Number three, explain your thinking. Don't just copy from the story, add your own explanation. Tell why the evidence supports your answer. Number four, answer in complete sentences. Make sure your response is clear and complete. A full sentence helps show your thinking. And here are open-ended questions for you based on the story. Number one, why was Sarah nervous about the math test at first? What helped her feel more confident? Number two, what role did Sarah's brother play in helping her prepare? Do you think that made a difference? Why or why not? For both questions, make sure you explain using details from the story. Now I have a reading comprehension question for you. What does Sarah mean when she says the test was a piece of cake? Explain using details from the story. Keep in mind that a reading comprehension or an open ended question are similar in many ways where you are supporting your opinion with specific facts from the story. I got some sentence starters for you that you can use with any of your students. Number one, in the beginning of the story, Sarah felt blank because blank. Number two, Sarah practiced for the math test by blank. Number three, during the test, she felt blank because blank. Number four, after the test, Sarah said it was a piece of cake, which means blank. Number five, I think the message of the story is blank. Any of these sentence starters can be used for either the reading comprehension or the open ended questions. Your students can be given these sentence starters where they will fill in the blank. We have reached the end of our lesson. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe at Teacher Corner for you with Miss SJ.